Now on Coast TV News.
The pivotal legislation transforming Delaware's alcohol delivery scene. How it's brewing hope for struggling wineries and what it pours into your glass.
Inside Rehoboth's controversial tax hikes, the proposed changes affecting homeowners directly and the community's pulse on these financial shifts.
The critical mission to save Ocean City's endangered birds, the plan to rejuvenate Reedy Island, and why this environmental endeavor matters to us all.
And coming up, I'm going to tell you why spring is going to turn on us with spring thunderstorms by Friday evening.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Imagine getting wine or beer delivered right to your front door. That could be a reality, and soon. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with a bill to allow alcohol deliveries moving forward.
Some Delaware lawmakers have been pushing numerous bills that would lift the ban on alcohol deliveries in the first state. Another one of the bills now out of committee, ready to be heard by the House. Live in Rehoboth Beach right now is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, the idea seems to be pretty popular with people.
Maddie, Delaware is one of the only states in the entire country that doesn't allow the delivery of things like liquor or beer. And some people I spoke with today said they think Delaware needs to catch up with its neighbors and catch up with the times. Now, this particular bill, called Senate Bill 166, would allow for places like restaurants, breweries, or taverns to deliver alcohol right to its customers, kind of like DoorDash or Uber Eats. Now, according to this bill, a business would have to get a license in order to make those deliveries. And people I spoke with today here in Rehoboth Beach say they think signing a bill like this into law is a no-brainer.
We don't always like to go out to eat. We do sometimes. We like to do takeout, and if we get takeout with margaritas or something like that, it'd be perfect.
And this bill still is in very early stages and has to make a couple more hops through hoops and hurdles before it can make it to Governor Carney's desk. I'm Charles Reiner in Rehoboth Beach, Coast TV News.
As you can see, special delivery, direct shipment of home delivery of alcohol, it has been that hot topic. Now, that new bill up for consideration Tuesday would allow for the direct shipping of alcohol in Delaware. The difference of the bill compared to what Charles just talked about, that was more like online ordering versus a takeout delivery. No decision on that bill as of now.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your view on alcohol delivery? Let's take a look at the updated results, Maddie.
From the last news hour, let's see, a lot of people were saying convenient, and they still are. 2% say they're concerned a little bit. 28% don't think it's really necessary. 11% say it's good for business. But overall, people saying, let's do it. It's convenient.
That's right. If you haven't voted yet, you can still tell us your thoughts. Go to coasttv.com or go to our news app. We'll have updated results at 11.
The city of Rehoboth Beach says it is short $4 million for its 2025 budget. To try and stop that, Rehoboth has already raised parking rates and rental taxes. But now it is looking towards homeowners. The city is planning to increase wastewater taxes, now possibly property taxes as well. Currently, the city says property tax in Rehoboth Beach, it's about 6 cents per $100. One homeowner says raising property taxes actually makes sense to him.
I understand that they need money, and I understand they probably are going to have to go after the homeowners for property tax, and I'm okay with that.
Rehoboth Beach commissioners will further discuss the property taxes at the city meeting on Friday.
Staying in Rehoboth, tomorrow the city is set to continue discussing parking. Commissioners will consider shortening the time you have to appeal a ticket. Right now, it's within 30 days, but the city will talk about adjusting that back to 7 days. The meeting is slated for 2 p.m.
The town of Milton is formalizing how it looks at workforce housing. On Thursday, the town's ad hoc committee will hear a presentation from the Delaware State Housing Authority. Now, the topic specifically is about affordable housing and the lack of it that's been deemed a, quote, crisis. Milton will listen to the authority for possible solutions for this type of housing in town limits. That's all happening Thursday at 3 p.m.
And staying on the topic of affordable housing, the city of Lewis is looking toward tiny homes. After months of discussion, the city has a plan to change its code. This change would eliminate a current conflict regarding plumbing in detached structures and, in a nutshell, pave the way to allow for garage apartments or tiny homes.
In your traffic news, a project to fix up Walnut Street Bridge, that's heading to Milford. The city says the project consists of raising the bridge deck to slow people down, as well as create a handicapped accessible pedestrian crossing that links the Riverwalk. Crews start their work on Monday. The city says the first phase of upgrades should be about 45 days. And during that time, the bridge will be closed, but do not worry, a local detour will be in place. In South Bethany, the town is set to talk about stormwater infrastructure at an upcoming Resiliency Committee meeting. Also on the agenda, the town provides updates to fight flooding on York Road and more proposed flooding fixes. That's happening Monday at 2 p.m.
And now let's take a live look outside to check on the weather. That is Ocean City. It's been a gorgeous, very spring-like day here along the coast. Very appropriate with spring starting technically next week. So let's check in with our first alert, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, and it's looking like all the way converted over to spring-like day. And you'd hardly think we're still in the middle of the winter season. But we'll get a reminder pretty soon. Our Tyndall casual furniture camera in Ocean City, we're holding at 55 degrees. And guess what? We're going to see increasing cloud cover. We're going to stay at about 57 degrees throughout most of the evening hours. As you take a look at our live radar, you'll notice just how clear we are. And we're going to stay that way. And so as you take a look at our day part forecast for tomorrow, we're starting off with partly cloudy skies and temps near 60, then we'll click over to the mid-70s by mid-morning, and then we're in mid-60s by mid-morning, pardon me. Then we'll click over to 70 degrees with increasing cloud cover becoming really thick with the cloud cover by 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Coming up, we'll talk about how the temperatures are going to change dramatically by next week, so you might want to enjoy this weekend as much as you can, Maddie.
New today, Delaware's race for governor just got a little bit more crowded. National Wildlife Federation president and former DENREC secretary Colin O'Mara, you see him here, he's running as a Democrat. O'Mara's platform is based around clean energy and environmental advocacy.
In an effort to improve the beauty and functionality of its beaches and parks, the town of Dewey Beach is currently reviewing bids for beach raking and landscaping. Town officials say they're looking to contract experienced vendors that will do a great job for a good price. Tomorrow at the meeting, the town will decide which companies they're going to go with.
Happening right now, DENREC seeking comments for a few wetlands and waterway permits across Sussex County. They're considering the following. Stay with me if you use these ponds. One is to modify a dock at South Bay Shore Drive in Milton. Another to build a dock at the Little Assawoman Bay in Fenwick. The Ocean View Land Development has asked DENREC to dredge a lagoon. That's at the Sandy Cove Marina and Townhomes. And Rehoboth Beach wants to install a living shoreline that kind of helps stops erosion at Silver Lake. Public comments on those applications are due March 19th.
Happening next week in Maryland, Operation Clean Sweep is taking off. MDOT says during the week of March 18th, crews in litter removal equipment like you see on your screen will be collecting trash and other debris along state highways. Drivers are urged to slow down, pay attention, and move over. That's to help protect the crews as they pick up that trash.
Later this month, the Delaware Department of Human Resources is hosting the 3rd annual State Agency Career Fair. At this event, high school students, soon-to-be college grads, and skilled workers, you can apply on-site for hundreds of state government job opportunities in executive branch agencies, the National Guard, the judicial branch, and in school districts statewide. That job fair will be held at the Smyrna Readiness Center on March 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Volunteers at last year's Concord Pond cleanup, details on how you can get involved in this year's initiative with DENREC.
And it looks like the daytime on Friday weather is going to be beautiful, but it's going to sneak in a little bit of rain. So that's why you might want to keep track of the weather, courtesy of our telephone line at 443-880-9100, sponsored by Baird, Mandelas, Bruckstead, and Federico.
How rising sea levels have taken over an island in Ocean City, hurting a critical part of the ecosystem. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Right now, it's your choice during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on at Gateway Subaru. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 0.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
What? You're still waiting for a roofing and siding quote? You should have called Bill.
All Exteriors will give you a quote on the spot. We have same day and Saturday appointments available to do a thorough inspection and show you design options. Then we explain everything our quote includes line by line.
Now through Easter, get half off installation or choose free financing until 2026. So hop to it. Call All Exteriors for a free inspection. Where are you going?
Customer needs a quote.
You couldn't wait 1 second to finish the commercial?
This is Coast TV News at 6.
What was once a developed island is now being taken over by rising sea levels. Environmentalists say this is the only place left for some endangered birds. That's causing a lot of concern.
Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how high the water has gotten and what some people are doing to fix it.
At first glance, this may seem like an unusual amount of items put on a small island. A speaker making bird noises, a bird decoy, and cameras. But everything here on Reedy Island, which is in the bay near 54th Street, plays a strategic part in saving these birds, royal terns, which are endangered. Avid bird watcher Wayne Klockner reflects on what Reedy Island once was.
What I remembered is really vibrant habitats for coastal birds. Today is reduced to just a few fragments.
Due to erosion and higher sea levels, the once fully developed island is now being taken over by water. Bird habitat coordinator Kim Aplanap says tragically, the birds' nests are being drowned.
That is where some royal terns have attempted, and right now it has water because it's high tide. So if you lay an egg there, it's not going to develop.
Both the Maryland Department of Natural Resources and Coastal Bays Program have been hard at work trying to help make room for more royal terns to make their nests and lay eggs. Over the past 2 weeks, they first raised some of the island an entire foot using crushed shells. They then added an audio speaker playing royal tern noises around the clock and strategically placed decoys to attract the birds. To make sure other birds don't take over, there's cameras watching this inflatable pirate, which can be turned on at any point to scare away any unwanted birds. And it's just the beginning.
Down the road, what we're looking at is a project that's coming where we restore the entire island.
Small steps now, making a big difference to little birds. I'm Ken Zapay with Coast TV News.
And the work isn't done. In the coming days, environmentalists say they'll add mirrors to the island. The thought being to create the illusion to the birds that's where they're meant to lay eggs, right there, not the other areas that flood during high tide. Down the line, environmentalists hope to also help black skimmers, common terns, and laughing gulls.
Well, if you've been sneezing and wheezing for today, chances are you're sensitive to trees. That's going to high level thanks to that spring-like weather, which will continue for tomorrow until a spring-like shower shows up tomorrow evening. I'll show you what I'm tracking coming up.
Your tax return over there. Your tax return at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. Let Alton Brothers help you get more for your tax money. Alton Brothers, furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
Delivered to your home with care.
I'm Nathan Hudson from Laurel, and I utilize the USDA's Wetland Reserve Easement Program to improve water quality and wildlife habitat on my farm. Wetlands improve water quality by filtering sediments and chemicals while providing food and shelter for wildlife. If you have at least 10 acres, you may be eligible for 75% or more of the fair market value and restoration costs for placing an easement on your wooded or ag lands. To learn more about this program, stop by your local USDA Service Center.
At Coastal Comfort, we know there's no place like home. That's why we're committed to ensuring total comfort for a totally happy home. As a premier Carrier factory authorized dealer, we're dedicated to providing reliable service and the best savings. Like now, through the end of May, with purchase of a qualified Carrier system, you can instantly receive up to $1,900 off. You could also qualify for up to $2,000 in federal tax credit. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
The Harry K Foundation presents the second annual Chocolate Crawl on Saturday, April 13th in downtown Rehoboth. Enjoy delectably fabulous chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
On the next wheel, Billy wants a special prize to help leave winter behind.
Give me all the Jonas Brothers.
Well, if it were in my power, I would.
Thursday at 7 on Coast TV.
Your tax return over there. Your tax return at Alton Brothers Home Furnishings in Salisbury. Let Alton Brothers help you get more for your tax money. Alton Brothers, furnishing Delmarva for over 75 years.
Delivered to your home with care.
I went to bed one night and I woke up. It was just a bunch of people around me looking down at me. That's the moment I died.
He was in cardiogenic shock, he was in septic shock, he was in respiratory failure, and we were eventually able to get his pulse back.
Bay Health never gave up on me. They're my heroes. I don't think there's even a way you can repay somebody that saves your life, other than the biggest thank you I can think of.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
I'm not going to be a snitch or anything, but one of my co-anchors is still sniffing from all of the trees. That's why I put that pollen forecast just specifically out, because, folks, when you get summer like sun and warmth, the trees pollinate pretty quickly, and maybe even a little ahead of schedule. So that's one of the side effects of that you might not quite think about initially while enjoying the warm weather. Our Bay Health camera in Milford right now, with the winds pushing out of the southwest, we're at 76 degrees right now, and we'll drop down to like 69 by the time we get to 7 o'clock, and then we'll dip to 61 degrees at 10 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Look at how warm we were today. 78 degrees on Wallops Island, Salisbury, and in Georgetown. That's a lot of warmth if you think about it, and hardly any kind of cloud cover throughout the entire day. We'll see clouds go on the increase for tomorrow. We're keeping a close eye on this little smidgen of rain that's trying to make its way across the mountainous regions of West Virginia. Doesn't look like it's going to survive that upslope or that push in the upper atmosphere courtesy of the landmass. We're at 79 degrees in Redden right now, 77 in Millsboro. We're at 61 degrees Ocean Pines, but Ocean City is much cooler at 55 degrees right now. Now, aside from Ocean City, okay, everywhere else we're looking at 5 to 7 degrees warmer than we were just 24 hours ago. So our patio forecast goes like this. Listen, tomorrow we'll start off at 51 degrees at 8 o'clock, 66 by 10 o'clock. We'll push it to the 70s by 12. We'll stay in the 70s up to about 4 o'clock with temperatures ranging in the possible mid-70s. Here's what's going to happen. Friday morning, we're looking at lots of winds coming out of the southwest, and we'll start off at like 60 in the first place. Remember, 54 is the norm. We'll start at 60, and we'll escalate from there into the mid-70s, 74, 73, 70, except for like Broadkill Beach. Rain begins to push through by 7 o'clock. Now, here's the deal about the rain. The rain kicks in at 7, but it's gone by 8 o'clock. And then we don't deal with any more rain for the rest of the weekend. So rain's not going to cancel your weekend plans. Saturday, winds are out of the north, and we start off in the 40s. But for Saturday afternoon, we'll be in the 70s instead of 60s, rather. Boy, what's going on with my brain today? 60s for today instead of the 70s. 60s for tomorrow instead of 70s for... Have you ever had one of those days? I'm having one. Every day is a good day above ground. That's what Grandma says. Let's just start over. Tonight, 57 degrees. Tomorrow, 73, and showers will kick in by 7 o'clock in the evening. Then on Saturday, this is what I was trying to say, we'll drop from 70s into the 60s for Saturdays, but we'll be shifting back to the norm for this time of the year. For St. Patty's Day, we anticipate for the Sunday that we'll start off in the 40s in the morning time, and then in the 60s by the evening time. And then here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Spring is when the cold weather will try to kick in, despite the fact that spring officially starts Tuesday.
Paul, happening right now, DENREC seeking volunteers to join this year's cleanup at Concord Pond. That's a popular fishing and boating destination in western Sussex. The cleanup will happen in the Seaford area pond from 10 to noon on Saturday, April 13th. It's part of DENREC's month-long celebration of Earth Day 2024. Volunteers will remove trash from both the tidal and non-tidal areas around the pond. Gloves and trash bags and some grabbers will be provided. But if you have your own, bring your own gloves and grabbers.
Do you have a green thumb? People in Berlin are invited to take a stand against invasive species. There will be 2 upcoming invasive vine workshops and cleanup events at Stephen Decatur Park. The focus of these events will be on removing English ivy, that's to preserve local trees there. The first hands-on event is set for March 23rd at 9:30 a.m. And the second workshop, it will be held Saturday, April 20th at 8:30 a.m.
Heading to the coast now, Delaware's 2024 beach grass planting is happening Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. to noon. Volunteers are going to Fenwick and Delaware Seashore State Park to plant beach grass. You see it here on your screen. And if you didn't know, beach plants, they actually help protect the dunes and, in turn, the beaches.
Happening this April, the Ocean Pines Anglers Club will be hosting a fishing flea market. This event will allow people to buy and sell fishing and boating gear, as well as other household items. It's $2 to attend. It takes place Saturday, April 6th from 7 a.m. to noon at the Ocean Pines Community Center.
Ever wanted to be a lifeguard? Now is your chance. The Delaware State Beach Patrol will be holding tryouts on March 17th at 24th. That's at the Rehoboth Beach YMCA. Some guarded beaches include Cape Henlopen State Park and Delaware Seashore. The minimum age to apply is 16. Beach Patrol members receive nationally certified training, and they can also compete in lifeguard competitions. Pretty cool. Let's take one more look at our Coast TV poll. What is your view on alcohol delivery? A lot of people have said convenient, and they are still staying that way. And again, this is specifically about ordering it like you would from Uber Eats or something like that. If you haven't voted yet, you can definitely still do that, and we'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
Day 1 and 2 of the MEAC Conference. We've seen a lot of basketball and some great victories, but we've yet to see an upset, a spoiler in the MEAC Conference tournament. Well, Delaware State University is looking to shock the MEAC tonight. The women's team comes in as the 6th seed, and they take on the number 3 seed in North Carolina Central University. It's Janiyah Perkins-Jackson with the drive and finish. This time from beyond, Savannah Brooks connects. Teamwork making the dream work for NCCU. Nyjah Cunningham with the bucket. Second quarter, Hornets down by 2. Denisha Wilson knots up the ball game, and we go into the half tied at 30. Jump to the fourth, second chance opportunities, cashing through for Anaya Finger. Had to pause for a dance battle between the Hornet and the Eagle. Now back to regular scheduled programming. Eagles just kept it coming in the second half. 3 is pure by Kamira Burks, and Del State falls 66-56. But it was a hard-fought battle by the Hornets. After the game, head coach Jasmine Turner says she's proud of how her team competed.
Tonight's game, I think we were competitive for 3 quarters. 1 quarter, we kind of dropped it a little bit, but I'm proud of our young ladies and what they did this season and what they did tonight to show where Delaware State is going.
Well, the Hornets men's team still has a chance, so you'll be seeing this mascot at 8 p.m. tonight, and we'll have all the updates on the Delmarva Sports Network. Reporting from Norfolk Scope Arena for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Kayla Santiago.
It's tax refund season, so put your hard-earned money back into your #1 investment with help from Spicer Brothers.
Need a new lifetime roof, quality siding, energy-efficient windows, or even a beautiful new deck? We got you. Need new gutters or gutter helmet protection? We got you. Dreaming of a luxurious new bath or shower? We got you. Call today and learn how you can save up to 20% on your new project, plus enjoy no payments and no interest for 18 months.
Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun. I take a chance, I do. Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance, it's so fun to do. Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers. Take a chance.
To get the job done, you need the toughest, most comfortable workwear, and Vernon Powell has it on sale. Now through March 17th, take up to $25 off all work boots and 20% off Carhartt apparel during the work sale at Vernon Powell.
You probably wouldn't know David Trone grew up on a struggling farm, cleaning hog pens and trudging to an outhouse in winter, till the farm was lost to the bank and David started a business to support his family. Then again, when you see all the bills David's passed to help struggling working families, maybe you would. David will keep fighting to give everyone a fair shake, refusing to take a nickel from PACs and lobbyists who wield such an unfair influence. Unlike most politicians, David only answers to you.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Get ready for 4 days of fun in the sun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, unique artisan products, and more. With over 200 artists and vendors, local food, and enhanced selections of beer and wine, don't miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from May 2nd through the 5th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances, including headliners, The Olivia Show, a tribute to Olivia Newton-John, country music sensation Lauren Elena, and alternative rock band Everclear. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/SpringFest.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
We're heading into St. Patrick's Day weekend, but a different holiday is taking over the theme of one event. The nonprofit Unity Perspectives is hosting an Easter extravaganza. Hunt down eggs on the Milford Middle School field starting at 11 a.m. Organizers say kids 12 and under need to have an adult with them.
Come on, there we go. Okay, take a look at our sneezecast. We're at a high level with trees and a low level as far as the grass is concerned. No mold or weeds at this present time, so if you're sneezing and wheezing, it's all due to the trees. And there's just so warm, they're starting to flower a little bit ahead of schedule. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. We're looking for that rain on Friday, but it's primarily going to be Friday evening between 6 to 8 o'clock. We're going to fall back to closer to norm temperatures on Saturday. It's going to be a marked difference between these two because we're looking at a 13-degree difference. Sunday for St. Patrick's Day, we're looking pretty nice. Then on the first day of spring, we're looking for a high of 48, and then we'll dip back into the 30s. But remember, we're going to start off at 31 degrees for Tuesday morning. That's below freezing for that first day of spring. Not all that comfy, if you kind of know what I mean. And then we have rain resurrecting itself next Friday, Saturday, and going into Sunday.
I'm going to focus on the 70 I saw
Me too.
tomorrow. So thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download the Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.